around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you.
Pisces, why is Santa's sack always so full? Because he only comes once a year, so be careful because Santa's probably going to be coming quite a lot. Anyway, Pisces, how you doing? So we're here to do your monthly now. So we're going to be looking at January 2023. Hope you have a great Christmas. In the UK, well, in the UK, anywhere in the world, really. Well, I don't know. It depends on your timeline, but it's Christmas Eve this morning, so I thought I would try and get at least one or two monthlies done. I've just done your Pucci. I've literally just done everybody's yearly reading to see what you got coming up for the year. So now let's have a look at Pisces for 2023 or Life Path 3. Hope you have a good one. And let's see what Pisces has coming up for the month of January for 2023. January 2023 Pisces. What they got coming up. So, work, education, someone that's emotionally intelligent, saprophilia, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, a very stable individual. You could really be either married to this person or divorced. It really does depend. But like, this is a stable individual and it's there as an offer or it is there as a person that's with someone already. Okay, I'm also hearing the name Ed, Edwina, Edmonds, Berry, Holly, Jody. Let's see. Pisces for for January. Pisces for January. What's Pisces? Oh, you got one turned over. So you got Gemini. Then you've also got the High Priestess. Ooh, there might be a secret love affair or a secret fantasy that someone has about someone. This is obviously someone that is not talking or not divulging in their feelings and maybe not saying it to a person not. Could be another Piscean or someone's not expressing themselves to a Pisces. You've got people that are also not talking to a mother more than likely and finding it very difficult in order to... Sorry if the green screen is a little bit and you can't really see them. But you've got the King of Swords, the High Priestess and the Lovers. So it's like that you're probably not talking to... Man, there's multiple energy here. Not speaking to a father, not speaking to a mother, more than likely finding it very difficult in order to get on with one. 1 minute you're on, the next minute you're off. 1 minute you're on, the next minute you're off. Some of you have got an ex-husband that you're not speaking to. You more than likely got divorced at some point here, and that because you can be a Life Path 2 or a Libra. You're not speaking to your ex-husband. Okay, still going through the procedures of waiting to go to court, more than likely here, and it's turned into more of a love or a lust, okay, or distrusting energy. Now, if your partner or your ex-husband or anybody in your life that has a Life Path 3 or a Pisces placement as well, they're going to be in the same reading as you. So your husband or your wife or your ex will be in this reading, okay, obviously, right? So you've kind of got this energy of definitely not speaking to a husband or a wife, probably looking at procedures of divorce through the year. That would also be social services and needing to go to social services because it would also be like a go in between. Okay, this is where some of you are trying to block out an ex and you're trying not to hear from them. Why people do that, I don't know, because obviously that means that you're scared of what an ex can do. And if you're still scared and you're still worried, then it should be involving two things. Well, one thing really, the police. Okay, but the other thing that it could be is just literally that you're still just afraid of your ex. I don't know why people are, because that must mean that they're violent. So, but anyway, I'm also hearing the name V or Violet or anybody's got V in their name here. But there's like this, I don't know, it's kind of like someone might have a thing for someone or a Steve, but they might have like a secret fantasy that's kind of going on, but there isn't really anything going on, because this can also mean like I have a lustful thought. Now and again, my thoughts go off onto like a lustful connection that I might have with someone, but it's just lust. Okay, so it's not really a relationship, it's just lusting after someone. But it's also needing to keep a load of things private, like I don't want people to know, or there's something going on, and I don't want my partner or my mother or my father to know the fact that I'm kind of maybe speaking to someone, and I don't want them to know that. Okay, let's see, or CC, right, CC? Pisces, what has Pisces got coming up, please, for January 2023 for Pisces. So you got 10 of Pentacles. So you got a very, very, very stable individual here. But for a lot of you, this is probably what you could be going through with a divorce or a separation of an ex. Is trying to get assets to money. Because that's where you've probably had children together or whatnot. And then the divorce leads to, okay, well, I had your children, I bared your children, so on and so forth. And that doesn't give you any right to do this, and I need money because I gave up my life to raise your children. You wasn't here for me in a relationship, and so on and so forth. So for a lot of you, really could be going through that procedure as such through January. I don't know how long that is. Only you guys will know how long that is before it comes to where you have got to go to court for this here. Now, there's 100% a stable individual for you guys that are kind of like on the search for a person, because regardless that there is a stable individual here, but it depends on the aspect of what it is that you're looking for. Because, like I said, it could be a life path 4, Scorpio, Aries person, okay? But there could be a relationship that is present with these cards here, okay? And then the High Priestess can basically just represent the fact that this is a mothering kind of situation where someone finds it very difficult to get on with their mother, okay? So it just turns to family karma. You know, a lot of times what I notice by the amount of years that I've done tarot, okay, is that you can never run from karma. So you can watch a reading and think, right, at this moment what I'm going through is this. But then all of a sudden tomorrow or the next week it turns and your karma turns on you and it ends up being a family member. And you think that it's going to be a partner, but it isn't. It ends up being a family member. So no matter which way you go or which way you run, Santa's definitely going to be emptying his sack. So let's see. Pisces, wow, you've got a lot of good cards. You got the King here now of Pentacles, and then you've also got the Knight of Wands. So there's a lot of sex, there's a lot of kind of passion, there's a lot of like attraction, like Laura or Lucifer or Capricorn, but like I don't so much go off the words of law of attraction, but there's an attractive energy here. Now, it's kind of like if you drive through town in a, £35,000 car, people are going to look at your car, right? So if you're a really attractive male or a really attractive female, then you've got people that could really be kind of like sniffing around maybe, okay? But this is also a love and also a lustful kind of stuff because it's very quick, okay? It's very fast. It can be like a 1 or 2 pump jump, I don't know. But it's like very fast, okay? Now, there could be a female here that has two men. One could be an ex here, one could be an ex, and one could be a future partner. For any of you guys out there that may or may not be single, I'm also hearing Maynards, which is Tool. I've been listening to a lot of Tool just lately. But like, yeah, there's this situation here that this could be a new person, and this King is a sturdy bachelor person if they're not taken. So it's taken, not stirred, 007, James Bond, James, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, or a Life Path 7 or a Cancerian placement. But, this is kind of picking up like really fast here. But you see, for any connection, there has to be a connection. Some people believe that this connection's there without communication. It's not possible that there can be, because you're like, if there's a decent connection, there's always a decent dialect in any form or manner. If there's a decent dialect, there's a decent connection, because it's kind of like, hello, Belinda. Oh, yeah, I've got a good signal. Brilliant. There you go. Right? But, like, if you've got a bad signal and a bad vibe and you're actually not speaking, then it's just kind of like there's, it's someone else. Okay, it means a circumstance is going on with someone else. But I definitely keep hearing this energy of, like, I'm tempted here, like tempting offer, like, or temptation. Okay. Temptation. But you've got a lot of busy energy here, Pisces. Let's see. Because if not, you've got suitors. It's kind of like, how can I put this? I hate putting people in brackets, like I really do, right? But say, for instance, like, you're a really attractive person. It's kind of like, well, I can kind of choose any kind of person that I want. Whenever I want a person, I can always just go out and meet one. So I don't know if you have, or whether you haven't. Because I definitely keep picking up this energy that there's lustful energy, there's a connection here that's also present. Let's see. Pisces for January 2023. So you got the Four of Swords, bit of a boring card, and then you get a 3. So it could be the fact that you're dealing with a life path 3 or a Piscean, but you guys always come up, you know, if I read in code and numerology. So Pisces are Hangman 12, which comes to a 3, and it's kind of like coming to a show near you. So is someone looking to move here, to physically move out, and it's like a showroom? Because I keep hearing like, well, this is also needing to see something first as well. Like, I need you to show me something first. I need you to talk to me first. I need some sort of, because it can be friendship. Like Libras do like to build up friendships first. Like, I need to get to know you first on a deeper level before I know who you are. So, like I said, if there's not even friendship there and there's not even like talking, then like I said, it's it's a friend that could lead into something here. But Libras always like to make sure, or life path 2s, that they're secure. Well, anybody, it doesn't matter. But I am picking up this energy of like coming to a show near you. Okay, so if it involves moving, okay, and even moving partnership, even if someone leaves a person for a person, or if they leave a job for another job, or they leave a house for another house, you have to make sure that where you go is secure. It's obvious, right? It's basic common knowledge, really, of what people should do. Some people don't. When it comes to relationship, they're kind of like, oh no, I have to be single for 58 years first before I find another person. But like I said, each to their own. There's an energy here that I need to know something first before I make a decision to know that where I'm going is more secure than where I am. Okay, so it's kind of like that. If I want a new job, I've got to make sure that I've got another job before I go and leave the job that I'm in. I need to make sure I've secured and landed a new job. If it's something to do with around a deal, okay, I need to make sure that it's a secure deal before I make it, okay. So it might be where some of you are planning to move, okay, and you're planning on moving and you don't know whether to rent, to buy, or take out a mortgage. I would always say possibly rent, okay, rent first, okay, because if you're moving to an area and you're unsure, okay, if you're renting, you can always just pull out of a contract of rent, okay. But you can do it, because I keep picking up like rent to buy, lease, or to let, or something like that, and around like possible energies that are coming up in... I did say this in my readings before, because we're coming up into year 7, which is 2023, 2, 2 and 3 is 7. The numerology year of 7, there could still be a lot of, I really don't know. Year 8 is more of a plan to head towards, because year 8 always means going and leaving, communicating, travelling, okay, BT Telecom, okay, communications is all about 8s, leaving the past behind and completely and utterly moving on, okay. So year 7, there might be this kind of situation of like needing to make sure through year 7 that everything is in place. Like if I'm going to court, I can't do it until I've got word of mouth by the court, social services, so on and so forth. I need word by social services. Still go through all this with my ex, okay. If it's also to do with like financial release, and I need financial release to be released from a bank or building society or court or situation of a decision, then it needs to be looked at here, which means that I need to go to the bank, make sure I've got enough money, how much can I afford to spend, how much can't I afford to spend, because this is a showroom. This is someone that's showing people stuff, right? So it can be, like I said, you plan to move, but you decide and think, okay, what can I afford during this month? You think about it, okay, you communicate with someone about it, maybe a partner or a person, and you communicate with them during this month, and then you decide to just go look, and you think, well, it's not going to hurt to just look to see how much it would be, where we could go, what would, so on and so forth. Because like I said, this could be a mother or a parent, and it's someone like, say, your kids, okay, that they're looking to actually move out from the house or the home, but they need to go here first to try, because this can be like a bank, and I need to ask the bank, like, do you think this is going to be a wise decision? How much tax would I pay? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. If it's like what I do, if you work from home, you can get tax relief. So wherever it is that you live, you can claim a section of this off on tax relief because you work from home. So all of these decisions that are like here throughout your month, for a start, okay, Pisces, only for a start, what I'm kind of seeing for you is this, which is 3 and 4. Okay, 1 and 3, which is a 4 of Pentacles, which means a bank, a building society, also needing to release something first also. I need to be released from something before I go towards something. I need to let go of a job before I get a different job. I need to let go of an ex and make sure that that's completely not what I'm looking for anymore before I've decided I've closed the chapter of the past and I'm actually going to start building up something new, finding new connections, finding it love or lust or whichever situation. But that's how you ascend. Okay, you latch on to someone's energy and you ascend and you heal. What ends up in the future of that is whatever that is. Okay, because it's written within here. So everybody forms these connections, okay, whether it be work, love, lust, situations of like moving, okay. But what I am picking up is these two main cards here, or Maynard, tool. But like I need to make sure that I've got enough money. How much have I got savings? How much have I got saved up? If I want to move across the country, I need to make sure I've got enough money. If it's a house, is it over, like, am I going to live above my means and I want a bigger house, but how much is that going to take out of my savings? Because 4 of Pentacles would be savings, money, all that sort of stuff. How much have I got? How much can I afford? How much can they afford if it's 2 people? Okay, so it's kind of like this discussion. Now, for some of you, that might be also involving where, say for instance, you want to move, but you haven't got word of mouth from your ex yet because you don't know, like if you move, they have to also abide by the fact that you've decided to move, I don't know, 200 miles away. And is that like valid with the ex-husband or wife? Are they okay with travelling to see their children? So it feels like that all this is kind of maybe having to go through the court system somehow, okay, first. Now, that would also be releasing funds as well. It's the same kind of energy of like, I need some funds or a fundraiser or something like that. But I need to be released from something first so I can invest. Okay, so I can invest. So I don't know if it's a large amount of money because there is a lot of money here. Like I said, there's a King of Pentacles and there's a King of Swords energy here. So there's someone that is definitely like entrepreneur, has a very good job, has very good money and backgrounds that they can afford stuff. But this person wouldn't just, well, regardless. Me, for instance, I'm not a person that would just make a decision that's financial like that and just say, yeah, of course. I would think about it, and I would think, okay, the strategy of it all, okay. So it's kind of like this where I've got money, blah, 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 but I'm not just going to invest my money just like that. I don't want to let it go just like that. I have to make business decisions, okay. So they think of it more of a practical business investment. Okay, which, like I said, it can be a mortgage because that's also an investment. It just depends if you know of the area that you may be moving to. That would be more of an investment. Okay, and I think that might be what some of you are teetering on at this point. If I was to move, where would I go? Okay, Cotton Eye Joe, someone from Cottenham, maybe Cambridge, or someone from Britain, something like that. That's also a place in Cottenham. Okay, it's not far from where I am, Cottenham. Excuse me. It's very difficult when you talk for a living. I nearly said Libra. Very difficult when you talk for a living, Pisces. Okay, so I'm also going to be giving you certain readings that may come up in your cards anyway. Okay, so I'm hearing that work is going really well. Okay. Money and finances is really not a problem for someone that it's of a main concern that they're worried about. Like, it's just kind of like, I'm really not worried about money. Now, if you're a Piscean and you really are worried about money, then there's this person here that isn't. That could be out there for you. If you're looking for someone, this person has it all, pretty much. As like I said, they're a stable individual. It just depends on whether that's the flavour of what you look for in a person visually. But what they have about them is that they're extremely wise, educated, saprophilia, which means that they just basically do what they're good at, okay, and they earn a very good living doing so. And like I said, because when you have an ex, if you've got an ex here and you've gone to court and shit like that, okay, you are not going to see that person as a stable person for you in life. You won't, because you've experienced it already. But that doesn't mean that an experience with someone else is going to be the same as that person. Do you see what I'm saying? So like if you have an ex and they go off and it really didn't work out and it was real fucking shit and everything else, right? And your opinion of that person is they're a narcissist, they're this, they're that, blah, 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 so on and so forth. You have to kind of drop that hatred, okay? Because if you don't, it stops your life. So you have to realise, okay, well, maybe they're suited with someone else, okay? Because they probably won't, they'll probably get on differently than what we did, okay? So it's granted, go and find your calling, go and find your partner, okay? It's an experience. What you experienced was bad, what someone else experiences may be good, okay? Everybody's had bad relationships, right? Who hasn't had a bad relationship in the past or at all? Okay. And who's ever really had a good one that's lasted forever, that's just perfect? Life isn't perfect. Here. What else have I got for you? Because there's something going on around this High Priestess and the Lovers, where for some of you it is, like I said, it is a person that you're not speaking to that was a lustful relationship. It's just kind of like, that's what it is, that's what it is. But some of you, that's a mother. That's like a mothery kind of situation. Because it can be a damned if I do, damned if I don't. Like I'm here, and this situation goes on constantly where I have to always protect myself from someone because of the communication being absolutely whack. And I always have to make sure that I protect myself. So I need protection. Like I need to, I mean, like I said, it could be a restraining order. I need protection from someone because they're a fucking lunatic. I don't know. I don't know your life, Pisces. Okay. But, well, I am a Pisces. But, like, that could be a situation there. But what I'm saying is that someone that is coming from anything that is of, like, oh, God, this really does get on my fucking nerves here. I'm always having to, like, be forced to talk when I don't want to. I'm always being forced to do this. I'm always being forced to do that. What I don't want it to be a force to be reckoned with, Luke Skywalker, is the fact that I need a father. I am not your father, Luke Skywalker. So it could be stepfather, father situation. If I got kids, I need a good stepfather. They've got to be a good person in order to raise my children. Okay, so it can be like that. Okay, but come from the dark side and then kind of go more towards the Luke Skywalker end, right? So you've kind of got this Star Wars. Star could be something around an Aquarian or a Leo placement also. But yeah, I'm definitely hearing like I need security. And I don't want to go from here being where I'm having to be closed down all the time and not spoke to or spoke to like that. And I don't want to be spoke to like that. And I don't want insulting. And I definitely don't want to be in circumstances where I have to worry about speaking to someone. Okay, because that's a main drained energy, is having to spend majority of your time not speaking to a person because it remains on your psyche is constantly, oh, fuck. I've got to spend majority of my time avoiding this person and not speaking to them. Okay. So it can be like this, I need to drop that and I need to go somewhere else that's secure. But if where I'm going is not secure, then I get in this situation of like, well, I don't really know what to do yet. Okay. So that's what I've got for you so far. Until I can read more of a story for you, Pisces, I'm going to now put the camera down on the table so you can see the cards. And then we're going to draw a full table spread, and then I'm going to clarify them all for your monthly. This will go to all 3 tiers over on Patreon, but I've got a feeling you got a lot coming up because you got kings and stuff all over the place. So this can turn around in multiple different faceted stuff. Okay, but I'll do my best in order to read everything for you. Like I said, it will be on all 3 tiers because it is a monthly. So if you are on the bronze tier, it's only like $3 or $4. I think it really does help me out if that's all you can afford. In return, you get like 2 monthlies within a cycle of a month because I always do them mid-month, okay? So you roughly get like 2 because you get a whole month when you join. No matter when you join, you get a month, okay? If you want more than that, then you will need the silver tier because that's all the weeklies, where the yearlies go and where the yearlies went. The weeklies and, monthlies, weeklies and the yearly, all on the silver. If you go to the gold, you got monthlies, weeklies, the yearly, and also all the teaching, past, present, and future of whenever I do them. I just post them out. It's up to you whether you want to learn something, not learn something, need to hear something, some sort of advice. It's up to you, but they're always there, always will be, and ongoing stuff throughout the year. Okay, so you have a choice. There you go, Pisces. Thanks very much. Like, share, comment, subscription, all that sort of stuff. And I will see you over on Patreon.